They thought they lost him forever. A son buried before his time. A mother's cries echoing through the village. A father shattered in silence. But sometimes love does not stay buried. Sometimes the dead return, not to haunt, but to heal. This is the story of Chaik, a kind young man, taken too soon, yet given one last chance to live again, to find love, to become a father, to make peace. But even miracles have their limits, and when the truth finally comes out, a wife will tremble, children will cry, and a village will remember that love, true love, never dies. So, sit back, take a breath, and open your heart, because what you are about to hear is not just a story. It is a reminder that some bonds go beyond life itself. This is the story of the ghost who loved too deeply to stay gone. Before we unravel today's story, please like, comment, and subscribe. You're watching the iFist Create Open Your Sweet Storyteller. Once upon a time, in a small village in Nigeria, there lived a young man named Chaik. He was the only child of his parents, Mama Ngozi and Papa Okafor. They loved him very much. Chaik was kind, handsome, and always smiled at everyone. But one day, when Chaik was just 27 years old, he got very sick. The sickness came suddenly, and before anyone could help him, Chaik died. His parents cried so much. Mama Ngozi wailed, "Oh, my only child is gone." The whole village felt sorry for them. But that was not the end of Chaik's story. Chaik's spirit in the city. Chaik's spirit did not stay in the village. Instead, it traveled to the city. When he reached the city, something strange happened. His spirit changed into a real human form. He looked alive again just like before. He could talk, walk, eat, and even feel things like normal people. In the city, Chaik met a beautiful young woman named Amaka. She was kind and gentle, and soon they fell in love. After some time, Chaik and Amaka got married. They were so happy together. Years passed, and they had 2 lovely children, a boy and a girl. Chaik loved his wife and kids very much. But deep inside, something bothered him. Every night, he dreamed of his parents crying in the village. His mother's voice echoed in his dreams. "Chaik, my son, come home, come home." The strange request. One evening, as they sat eating dinner, Chaik looked very sad. "What is wrong, my love?" Amaka asked. Chaik held her hand and said, "I want you and the children to visit my village. I want you to meet my parents. They are old now, and they have never seen my wife or their grandchildren." Amaka smiled. "Of course. That will be nice. We will go next week." Chaik gave her an address written on a piece of paper. He kissed her and whispered, "Please, tell them I sent you." The shocking village visit. The next week, Amaka packed their bags. She took their 2 children and traveled to Chaik's village. The road was long and dusty, but finally, they reached the small, quiet village. Everyone stared at them because strangers did not visit often. Amaka asked an old man, "Excuse me, sir, can you show me where Papa Okafor's house is?" The old man's face changed. He looked shocked. "Papa Okafor? You mean Chaik's father?" "Yes," Amaka replied with a smile. "I am Chaik's wife. These are his children." The old man dropped his walking stick. "What did you just say?" "I said, I am Chaik's wife," Amaka repeated, confused. The man's hands trembled. "My child, Chaik died 10 years ago." Amaka froze. Her heart started beating fast. "No, that's not true. I spoke to him this morning before coming here." The old man shook his head slowly. "I buried Chaik with my own hands. He was my neighbor's son. He died young." Amaka's legs became weak. The children held her tightly. "Mama, what's wrong?" they asked. Before she could answer, a frail old woman came out of a nearby hut, leaning on a stick. Her eyes widened when she saw Amaka. Who are you?" the old woman asked. Amaka swallowed hard. "Mama, I am Amaka, your son's wife." The old woman gasped, held her chest, and cried loudly, "Chaik, my Chaik!" Suddenly, the wind blew strongly. The trees shook, and a shadow passed quickly over them. The air felt cold. Amaka grabbed her children. Something was not right. Suddenly, they heard a voice. "Amaka, you came." They all turned around. Amaka turned around slowly. Her hands held her children tightly. The villagers stood still. Even the wind had gone quiet. There, standing under the big mango tree, was Chike. He looked just like the man Amaka had known and married. Same smile, same eyes, but something was different. His feet didn't touch the ground. "Mama, Papa," Chike said softly, looking at the old woman and man. Mama Ngozi's mouth dropped open. Her hands shook as she stepped forward. "My son, is it you? Is it really you?" "Yes, Mama. It's me," Chike replied. "But I am not alive. I am a spirit." Amaka's heart broke. "No, no, that can't be. You're my husband. We have children. You eat. You sleep. You laugh with us." Chike turned to her. His eyes were sad. "I loved you. I still do. But I died many years ago. I was given a second chance to come back. Not for myself, but because my spirit couldn't rest. I needed to know love, to feel what it means to have a family. And you gave me that, Amaka." Amaka's eyes filled with tears. "So, all these years I was married to a ghost?" Chike nodded slowly. "I wanted to tell you, but I was afraid. I thought I could stay longer. But now I must go. My time is up." "No, you can't go," cried his little daughter, running to him. "Daddy, don't go." Chike bent down, even though his body was no longer solid. He gently passed his hand through her hair like wind through leaves. "I will always love you," he whispered. The boy, holding his mother's wrapper tightly, looked up. "Will we see you again?" Chike looked at the sky. A golden light began to shine behind the clouds. "Maybe one day, but not soon. You must live your lives well. Be kind, be strong, and never forget me." Mama Ngozi and Papa Okafor were crying quietly, holding each other. Their only child had come home, only to say goodbye. Suddenly, the light from the sky grew brighter. The mango tree shook. Chike slowly began to rise, his body fading like smoke. "Amaka," he said, "take care of our children, and please forgive me." Amaka fell to her knees, sobbing. "I forgive you. I love you." Then Chike was gone. The villagers stood in silence. The birds didn't chirp. The leaves didn't move. Everything was still. Mama Ngozi walked over and gently lifted Amaka from the ground. "You are our daughter now. These children are our grandchildren." Amaka nodded, wiping her tears. "I will raise them here, in this village, where their father came from." And so, the ghost who loved his family left. But his story did not end there, because strange things still happened in the village. The children would talk to someone in their dreams. The mango tree would drop fruit at the door when no one was around. And every year, on the same day he disappeared, a cool wind would blow through the house, and someone would whisper, "I'm still watching over you." Years passed. Amaka stayed in the village with Mama Ngozi and Papa Okafor. She raised her two children, Obi and Ada, telling them many stories about their father. Obi grew into a brave young boy who loved climbing the big mango tree where his father had last appeared. Ada was gentle and smart, always asking questions about everything. But there was one thing no one could explain: the strange dreams. Every night, Obi and Ada dreamed of their father. "Daddy visited me again," Obi told his sister one morning. "He said I should protect you and Mama." Ada nodded. "He came to my dream, too. He said, 'Never forget the mango tree. One day, it will show you something important.'" Amaka overheard them and felt a shiver run down her spine. She wondered if Chike was still watching over them. The mango tree's secret. One evening, Obi was playing near the mango tree. Suddenly, a strong wind blew, even though the sky was clear. The branches shook, and something shiny dropped from the tree. Obi bent down and picked it up. It was a small wooden box with carvings all over it. "Mama," he shouted, "look what I found." Amaka rushed over. She stared at the box. "I've never seen this before. Where did it come from?" "I don't know," Obi said. It just fell from the tree. When they opened it, inside was a note written in Chike's handwriting. My children, if you are reading this, it means I am still near. Follow the sound of drums at midnight, and you will find the truth about me. The midnight drums. That night, everyone was asleep, but at exactly midnight, Obi woke up. Boom, boom, boom. He heard it, the sound of drums coming from the forest. He quickly shook Ada. Wake up. The drums. It's Daddy. The two of them grabbed a lantern and ran quietly out of the house. They followed the sound deep into the forest, their little hearts pounding. Suddenly, they reached a clearing. In the middle was a circle of glowing light, and standing there was... Obi and Ada stared in shock. In the glowing circle stood Chike, their father. He looked the same as before, smiling gently. Daddy! Ada shouted, running forward, but when she stepped into the circle, her feet felt light, as if she was walking on air. Obi followed her, holding her hand tightly. Chike knelt down, his arms open wide. My children. Obi and Ada hugged him, but it felt strange, warm but soft, like hugging a cloud. Daddy, why are you here? Obi asked. Chike looked at them kindly. I have been watching over you. But now, it is time for me to tell you the truth. The truth of the spirit. Chike pointed to the glowing circle. This is the place where spirits meet the living. I was allowed to come back and care for you until you were strong enough to live without me. But soon, I must rest forever. Ada's eyes filled with tears. No, don't leave us. Chike wiped her cheek gently. I will never truly leave. I live in your hearts. Whenever you are kind, brave, and good, you keep my spirit alive. Obi clenched his fists. But why did you come back to us in the first place? Chike smiled. Because love is stronger than death. I could not rest knowing my parents were alone, and that I never had a family of my own. You gave me that gift. Suddenly, the circle grew brighter. The wind whispered through the trees. The final goodbye. Chike hugged them one last time. Promise me this. Take care of your mother, respect your grandparents, and live good lives. One day, when you are old and it is your time, we will meet again. Obi and Ada nodded, holding back their tears. I promise, Daddy. Ada whispered. Chike smiled one last time. Good. I am proud of you. Then, slowly, he began to fade into the light. Goodbye, my children. I love you. And just like that, he was gone. The circle of light disappeared, and the forest was quiet again. Obi and Ada held each other tightly and walked back home under moonlight. The moral lesson. From that day on, Obi and Ada never forgot what their father told them. They grew up to be kind, strong, and loving. They cared for their mother and grandparents, and they always told everyone in the village, love never dies. The good things we do keep the memory of those we love alive forever. And every year, under the big mango tree, they would hear a soft wind whisper, I am proud of you. Moral of the story. White heavy checkmark love is stronger than death. White heavy checkmark be kind and live well, because the goodness in our hearts keeps our loved ones alive in memory. White heavy checkmark family is forever, even beyond this world.